It's the Penrite Oil Sandown SuperSprint, and it's been a really good weekend of action. Perfect weekend as well. Who would have thought we'd be saying that for Shane Van Gisbergen? Great drive. Well done, Brody. First time on the podium and first podium with a new team for Dave Reynolds. So no shortage of topics. We'll start with, again, the man in the middle, trying to find a new question that you haven't been asked so far this weekend about collarbones and expectations. But can you just put it into words, now that you can finally look at what you've just gone and achieved this weekend, how do you sum it all up?
Oh, yeah, it's hard to sum up, but yeah, it's pretty special and something probably no one thought was going to happen, including myself. But yeah, just had some awesome help the last few weeks and been pretty methodical with it, done everything I can to try and get better, and from the physio hyperbaric chamber, and had some good advice from a couple of collarbone experts, Chad Reed and Toby Price. They said I'll be okay, just grin and bear it. And I felt okay. As I said, I'm not worse than how I started yesterday, so yeah, managed it okay through the weekend and iced it after every session and stuff, so yeah, felt good, but pretty special to win all three, especially after qualifying yesterday.
The quality of racing this weekend, the hand-to-hand combat was off the charts, really entertaining.
Oh, in that race with Chaz, I was laughing and giving him the thumbs up, and under safety car went beside him, gave him the thumbs up. I was having such a good time, and everyone's racing at the moment hard but respectful, and a couple of years ago people just run you wide off the track, and now I think the racing's really good, so it's good at a track like this where you don't have many fast corners. You can actually battle people, so yeah, enjoyed it.
You've been pretty outspoken about what you want to see in the new cars coming through in Gen 3. What have we learnt this weekend that we should take through to the new cars?
Throw paddle shift in the bin.
Yeah,
I agree.
100%.
Yeah.
All right, I like it.
Yeah.
Let's go to Brody. Congratulations, mate. Did you think podiums were a possibility in your rookie season?
Yeah, I definitely thought so. It's one of those things, if you don't think you have a chance, then you shouldn't be here. So, if you would ask me that question at the start of the weekend after P1, I probably would have said no, but shows how strong Erebus is at the moment, and we made a lot of changes, before that race, and I got pretty excited when I started picking a few off, and then I saw Shane, and I knew that he'd just be managing the gap, so pushed as hard as I could and come up short. So,
what's it like standing on a supercars podium?
Well, it's exactly the same as the Super 2 one. There's just more crowd. So.
And almost a level of irony that it was Dave who left Erebus, and you're up there sharing the podium with him. What was it like standing 2 steps away from Dave?
I'm sure Barry will give me a big bar tab because of that.
I don't know what to say to that.
So you're clearly happy at Erebus?
Don't get a big bar tab anyway.
Yeah.
Clearly happy at Erebus, not going anywhere anytime soon?
No, yeah, I absolutely love Erebus, and Betty and Daniel have such a good family environment there, and we've really enjoyed ourselves this year, but now we've had a taste of champagne. I think we need to push hard throughout the rest of the year and try some more of it.
I'm sure you'll straight back this one, but everyone's talking about the free seat at 888 next year. Would you want to put your hand up for something like that?
Nah, I got both hands down. I'll let other people do that side.
All right, let's go to Dave. Hey, well done. This is big news for Kelly Grove Racing to take a podium today. So,
yes.
What was the vibe like down there?
I don't know. I had to take a piss before, so I kind of really didn't get to see anyone quickly, and I got lost in this place in this bloody horse paddock. Yeah, I couldn't find anyone.
Hey, day of 2 different races for you.
But I'd like to say I saw him briefly, and everyone was very elated and happy. So, good. Yeah, it's a good step forward.
You were choking and nearly spewing up in that first race today because of the fumes coming in. So totally different race. How'd you recover from that one?
Good. I'm glad they didn't come and test my blood, because I probably would have been over the limit if there was like a test you could do for carbon monoxide or dioxide or something. So, I'm glad 10 minutes after the race I was fine. It just, as soon as I got out of the car, I had a massive headache and my eyes were watering. I was wanting to throw up, and then 10 minutes later I was not bad. It's funny. It's never happened to me before in my life, so it's interesting.
Is that what happened to you, Brody, back in the day? Same thing?
It happened to me in 2018 at Bathurst, I think, yeah. So that affected me for a few weeks afterwards. So
yeah, it's not good, is it? It's not fun.
It's not enjoyable.
No.
All right, let's go to the room and take some questions from the journalists.
Shane, what's the plan from here to continue your recovery? Can you outline what are you what you have to do, and
Yep.
I don't know, is the plate coming out at some stage or what?
Probably at the end of the year, surgeon said. But I go see him on Tuesday and X-ray, see if I've done any damage. But I feel pretty good. And then just keep recovering, hyperbaric chamber, and keep in the sling, keep the weight off it. And then got GT in 2 weekends' time, so should be ready to go for that again.
And before you actually got in the car,
Yep.
was there any doubt at all in your mind? How did you feel? Did you think you'd be getting through the whole weekend or not?
I just didn't know. I didn't know. So on the outlap, I hit the curb at turn 2 on the first lap of practice, and that's when I knew I was going to be okay, because it's brutal through there on the curbs, and my body could handle that, and I knew I'd be fine.
Sorry to be inquisitive,
It's all right.
but does it hurt? I've never broken my shoulder.
Yeah.
I broke a nail once.
I don't
What were you
recommend
doing,
it.
folks?
No.
What were you doing? Yeah.
Does it hurt?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but day to day now, does it hurt?
Yeah, I wrecked the AC joint a bit, and I tore a bunch of ligaments off, so my ligaments held onto the plate by a rope. So yeah, that was probably the most painful part. So on Tuesday I couldn't lift further, and each day it got better and better. So yeah, that was, I think the bone's okay because it's, literally bolted together, but it's all the ligaments and stuff I ripped apart, which hurt. So yeah, the whole side of me was pretty black. So no good.
Okay. It was a terrible injury, David. Thanks for
No worries.
asking.
Thanks for clearing that up.
Shane, congratulations. Yesterday, when you got out of the car in race 3, you were loosening your belts and we could see you sort of visibly wincing in pain, whereas today, not so much. So what did you do overnight to sort of kind of bring yourself better than yesterday?
Yeah, I probably undid and tried to get out with my left hand too much yesterday, not even thinking, and then today just learnt to just use one hand because I put weight on it on a funny angle. It hurts me, so just got out a bit better. And I'm glad I didn't have to do the 7-second test or whatever to get out. I would have been able to do it, but it would have hurt.
Maybe one for you. When we spoke earlier in the week, you said that, fatherhood had sort of changed you in a way and that you had to race faster now to be able to feed them.
To pay for him, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They're expensive.
Kids are expensive.
So is that the motivation that's turning the tide here for you today?
Not really. I just want to do everyone at Penrite proud and everyone at the team. So I just say that for shits and giggles because I think it's funny. That's really it.
Shane, you mentioned before about the GT race at Bathurst. Will you definitely do that, or is there any chance you might sit it out to give yourself a bit more recovery before Tassie? Or
Oh, I'd love to do it, and the production car race on the same weekend. I think I'm in a competitive car for both of them. So yeah, I'd love to be there.
And you mentioned you spoke to Chad Reed and Toby Price. Did you ask them, was it about recovery, like what you could do to speed up the recovery? Was it about, did they think that you'd be able to race the car? What were you talking about?
Those guys are they're nuts, They go through it all the time, and Toby's got the same thing. He's got the rope, and he just busted through it, and then it broke it the other week. So, yeah, it's and Chad's got the hyperbaric chamber. He's got his own one at home. That's how hardcore those guys are. So,
Is it a steel one or a fabric one?
Steel one.
Steel for shit, they're expensive.
Yeah. So,
Hey? Oh, I wanted to buy a fabric one. Fabric one's about 10 grand. The steel one's about 200 grand.
So yeah, but when you know what those guys are talking about it, so happily take their advice.
And Dave, when you were inhaling all that stuff in the first race today, do you know what caused that? Well, why did that happen?
Honestly, I have no idea. It was really weird. My helmet fan disconnected from my lid, so I was just kind of breathing in the circulated air, and I don't know, it was just, maybe there must be a slow leak in the exhaust somewhere, and it just must get in through the doors. I don't know, we've got to investigate it.
Fix anything apart from the helmet fan,
Apart
in
from the
between the
helmet
race?
fan, yeah. So there must be a small leak somewhere that's, constantly filling me up with poison.
Brody, apologies for turning up late. I've just been down working down there. You look very calm and quiet. What are you feeling inside right now?
Thinking about Tasmania, to be honest. And like Shane said, I'm racing at the 6 hour. So, I was actually just thinking about those things, actually, that he mentioned it.
You're not looking for the nearest pie shop?
No.
No, I
No.
said that to no. James Courtney said the only race he would ever win would be to the pie shop. So I just saw James and I said, "Which way is the pie shop, James?" and he pointed up this way in a tribute to you, I think. So
Oh, that's good. That's the way the track goes as well. So I'm glad I knew that.
That's all good.
I think that's enough.
Brodie, your relationship with George has obviously got off to a great start. How are the inner workings of Erebus now that, with all the people disappearing over the off season and new blood?
Yeah, I think George and I get along really good, and I made him cry after the race, so I've got one up on him at the moment. So I think he's really excited to go racing again, and obviously he worked with Rick for a while, and I think I'm excited to go racing every time we get in the car, and I always want to do well, so we're trying to push each other as much as possible.
The relationship between yourself and Will, it sounds like you two have been helping each other out quite a lot as well.
Yeah, it's the only way to go about it, both being rookies, so he's going to do things better than I can, and I'll do things better than he can, so if we can try combine the two together, hopefully it helps for the greater good.
Okay.
Brodie, hi there. You're making a name for yourself quite clearly, and at Bathurst last year and again today, Jamie Whincup has figured in that. How do you feel about when you seem to come across him, you sort of have the wood on him, 7-time champion?
I don't think about that rubbish, to be honest. That's all spilled up by you guys, really. Not to be rude, but I just go out and go race, so that's the only stuff I worry about.
Okay, well, thanks for that. David.
Yes, folks.
Desperate going to you, aren't I? No.
I always worry when you start talking to me.
Do I?
No, just joking.
No, just your opinion, looking from the outside, sort of. With Shane now,
Hosing everyone.
6 from 6, going back to Bathurst last year. Does he look unstoppable?
Yeah, he's in pretty good form, you bastard.
What do you mean? He's got a broken shoulder.
Hey, well, in driving form, he's pretty much untouchable at the minute. So, whatever they're doing and he's doing, he's in the right frame of mind and he's doing a fucking good job. Thanks. No, he's doing really well. So he's won every race by miles. So, yeah.
And even though it's early, Shane, 6 from 6, it's got to make you feel confident, really.
Oh, we're just all in a good place in our team at the moment, right from the news at the start of the year with TQ and J-Dub and then myself extending, like the atmosphere in the team and how Couchy and Wears are working together and Dado and JJ, like it's just an awesome place at the moment and I'm pretty lucky to be there and all the other cars and teams I drive in are all quality equipment and it makes a huge difference and your confidence just keeps snowballing. So, yeah, we just got to keep the momentum going.
Are your mountain biking days over?
No. I'm going to get a
on the
dirt
bike?
bike too. You can't be scared and wrap yourself in cotton wool. These things happen and I just made a mistake.
Can't shake hands though, it's illegal on TV.
Hey, good luck for Bathurst.
Thank you.
We'll see you in Tassie and enjoy.
Cheers.
Thanks
Thanks
guys.
everyone.